exactly is a citizen? Okay, this term actually is like the boogeyman of the internet. When we get to studying, getting our studies, that term is actually, and I think it mainly comes from the things that we've been hearing from different people from the past and present that have been teaching about, being teachers of the law, whether it's from credible or uncredible sources, or just like various interpretations, or I think it's gotten to a point where how many of us actually looked up the term a citizen? Like how many of us actually look it up? And I thought I'd make a video about it, to kind of bring just have a little discussion about it. Basically kind of, hopefully we can get some clarity together about what a citizen actually is. I'm gonna start off right here. I'm gonna read something right here. Of course, y'all know I like to use Cornell Law. So Cornell Law defines a citizen as a person who, by place of birth, nationality of one or both parents, or naturalization, is granted full rights and responsibilities as members of a nation or political community. Now, I was what provoked me to kind of give me a thought to even make this video is the fact that I was reading this, the Georgia laws. Of course, y'all know I'm from Georgia. Now, come to understand, it's like to help bring clarity to what I'm talking about. Is like, say if you're born, like I'm born in Georgia, so by default I would be one of the people of Georgia. Like I would be a people of the state of Georgia. And some people, people would have seen me as being a citizen of that state, being a citizen of this state. According to the codes, this is how they actually label the people, as a citizen. Because that's why I was born, say by a person by place of birth. I was actually born here in Georgia. These codes are not going to say a man that was born in Georgia. It's not going to say a man by birth, because first and foremost, a legal fiction can't have a place of birth. Can't have a nationality. It's either by nationality by one or both parents. We got to kind of use a little common sense when we're studying, y'all. I mean, fictions can't have fictions they don't have a place of birth. When you're talking about birth, when you look at the definition of a birth, you even see it talks about having an actual human heartbeat, pulsation of the umbilical cords. And, that's why even by definition, I've shown y'all in previous videos, the definition of a live birth. And it describes everything that goes on in the human body, in the mother's body when she's carrying a baby. Talks about the moving of the limb, the arms, the pulsation of the umbilical cord and the placenta. So when it's using these terms, you gotta be willing to use a little flexibility in your understanding when you're studying these terms, especially using the word person. Now, person and citizen is those are like the boogeyman for most of us, And we get to a point where when we hear those terms, we like to point it out, and we'll use those one. We see those as traps anytime we see them in a sentence. Like it's a trap. It's going to trap you into something. You trap you into this, trap you into that. And then it kind of cause more confusion than anything. And this is commercial language. You got to understand it is commercial language. But they also distinguish what the types of persons as well. They refer to artificial persons and natural persons. This is commercial language. Again, it's commercial language. They're not going to say man and woman all the time anytime you read these codes. So if you're looking for that all the time, anytime you read them, and if it don't say it, you think, oh, you can't use it. And some of the confusion is self-inflicted. I was looking at, just think about, let me see, I'm gonna go back to what I was studying when I was talking about, let's see, citizens. Citizen OCGA, let me see, citizen. Because what I'm understanding, when you talk about when it talks about, like, say here I'm in Georgia, like I say, it'd be Georgia, we have our own constitution. Whatever state you're in, you have your own constitution. You have your own laws. If you were born in the state that where you're living at now, you consider by birth, that's where you were born, that's where you consider the citizen of. I'm considered a citizen of Georgia. One of the people of Georgia. Citizen, as we just read, I just read the definition of citizen, a person who by place of birth, nationality of one or both parents, or naturalization is granted full rights and responsibilities as a member of a nation of people. By definition, if you ever looked up the word nation, you'll see it's talking about people. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look that up for you too. Nation, legal definition. Legal. Come on, Mike. There we go. Nation, Black's Law Dictionary, it says a large group of people having a common origin, language, and tradition. Let me go to Black's Law Dictionary. Read from Black's Law. If you can actually look this up. I'm telling you where I'm getting it from, so I'm not gonna go to the screen every time I want to read something. So I might do it for some things, but I'm not gonna do it all the time. I'm telling you where I'm reading it, and all you gotta do is pause the video and go look it up. Second edition, Black's Law Dictionary. Nation is defined as a people or aggregation of men existing in the form of an organized jural society, inhabiting a distinct portion of the earth, speaking the same language, using the same customs, possessing historic continuity, and distinguished from other like groups by their racial origin and characteristics, and generally, but not necessarily, living under the same government and sovereignty. That's by definition what it describes a nation. That's the same thing that is going on in your state, the state you live in. We have certain ways that we live. Here in Georgia, we don't have to have a gun license in order to carry a gun if you meet the qualifications of actually having one. And you don't get in trouble if you're stopped by the police or anybody and they find a gun on you. You won't go to jail. But you'll go to jail if they find weed on your ass. If you in Nevada, you get found with weed on your hair, they're not gonna bother you because it's legal there. Those are the customs, those are the laws they live by on that particular part of the earth, in that land. So by definition, if we're going back to the same definition where I just read citizen, says citizen, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all this screen once. I ain't gonna do it every single time. I'm gonna do it right now because I think it's vital to pull up my damn screen again. As you see for yourself, citizen is a person who, by place of birth, a legal fiction don't have a place of birth. Okay, a fiction is a fiction. Okay, it never lived, so you can't say it's dead. If it never lived, it's not dead. Okay. Nationality of one or both parents or naturalization is granted full rights and responsibilities as a member of a nation. That's the definition. I just read you the definition: a nation or political community. So I just had to show y'all that. But as you see, I think we've been caught up. It's like a spell that's actually been cast across the net. For anybody that's studying these words, studying the processes and the procedures on how we do things. When we get so caught up on these certain words that we feel like they're traps and they're tripping us up and they're going to do this and they're trying to do that to us, they're trying to do this to us, and we fail to understand exactly what's really going on with them. I'm looking at, let's see, where is it? Types of, I'm going to show y'all something else here. See right here, it says persons and their rights. Okay, classes of persons generally. It says natural person defined, corporations deemed artificial persons. See, nature of corporations generally. That's the name of this particular code right here. There are two classes of persons, natural and artificial. We've gone over this before, y'all. So when you see the word person, you can't automatically always go to the definitions area so you can understand what they mean when they're using these terms. So that you won't automatically think they automatically mean some fiction, they're not talking about it. You can't be talking about a human being. As you see, it says a natural person means any human being, including an unborn child. Okay. And I've known some people to even use this word right here, child, and they try to say, child, that's a fiction too. I heard that when I was first learning this stuff about the all caps name. I've even heard people say a human being, they try to use, that's not you're not a human being, you're a man. Y'all, stop letting people confuse y'all. Stop letting people confuse y'all. You're not a damn human being, then what the fuck are you? They say it's what I've heard people say a human being is an animal. They haven't found that nowhere in the damn dictionary, nowhere. It's an animal. Like, where y'all getting this stuff from? Like, where are we getting this stuff from? Unborn. They say a child is the fiction, is the all caps name. Who made this stuff up? We've been hearing this stuff for years. It's been causing confusion like a motherfucker. I swear, it's been causing all types of confusion all across the internet. The word child is in the Bible, and is the Bible considered the living word of God? Is it not supposed to be used for living people? Child is all over it's all over the internet. I mean, all over the Bible, all the way through there. Your children, a man and his children, a woman. We see these terms all through there. I've even seen human in there. Let's see. Let me go back. Here we go. Corporations are artificial persons, as you see right here on C. Corporations are artificial persons. See, they are creatures of the law, and except in so far as the law forbids it, they are subject to be changed, modified, or destroyed at will of their creator. See what I'm talking about? Corporations. I've even heard people say that your estate, the name, your estate name, they say, that's a corporation. That's another topic for another discussion, but it is an artificial person. But that's a type of artificial person. LLC is an artificial person. A corporation is an artificial person. A trust is an artificial person. I've heard there's some debate on that as well. But they're all entities that are created by man. Those are artificial persons. Okay. Your natural person, like say your name in its proper style would be a natural person. Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess that would also depend on what codes you're reading as well. Because if you're reading the consumer codes and it says a consumer is considered a natural person by definition. Okay. So let's see. Unless otherwise provided by law, any natural person, including an unborn child, with a detectable human beat, and a fiction can't have a human beat, okay? A human heartbeat, sorry about that. A human heartbeat shall be included in population-based determinations. As used in this code section, the term detectable human heartbeat means embryonic or fetal cardiac activity, or the steady and repetitive rhythmic contraction of the heart within the gestational sac. You know, I read this, I showed this in the video where I was talking about the what do they do with the placenta. I read the definition. This had everything. It was actually a similar description when you're reading the definition of a live birth. The definition of a live birth. Okay, here we go. Unborn child means a member of the species Homo sapien at any stage of development who is carried in the womb. Okay, unborn child. And see, people love to try to make it look like they're talking about some kind of creature or something other than one of us. Okay, you know damn well they ain't making no damn laws about no. But anyway, sometimes people they bring unnecessary confusion when they're studying because they just want to make themselves exempt from anything, and so they find themselves not using sources that that really will come in handy if they stop listening to any and every old body and don't study for themselves. Categories of natural persons. Now, this is kind of something else. I had to show y'all this too. This is another reason why I made the video. Come on now. Damn thing. Here we go. Categories of natural persons. Okay? What is the first thing they say? See, natural persons are categorized according to their rights and status as what? Citizens. Citizens of the United States, but not of this state. I'm going to pause and then we go aliens. I think you already know what alien is. It's somebody that ain't from here at all. Okay. So this is one of the main reasons I made this video. Because what it's saying right here is talking about someone who actually was born here on this land that we call Georgia. Keep in mind, this is the Georgia law. Okay. They consider someone that's a citizen of this state is somebody that was actually born or naturalized. They were born or naturalized here on this land that we call Georgia. They refer to them as a citizen. Okay. And then it says citizen of the United States. Just keep in mind, every time y'all see United States, you think it's talking about a corporation. It's not always talking about a corporation. It's talking about it right here. It says, and remember I told you, it depends on what code you're reading. That's what's going to determine whether they're talking about a citizen, whether they're talking about the corporation or not. Citizen of the United States, but not of this state. Keep in mind, all 50 states are considered collectively the United States. Okay, so it's a citizen of the United States, but not of this state. So if you were born in Alabama and you live right here in Georgia, this would be you right here. They will see you as a citizen of the United States, but not of this state. Okay, so understand that they're talking about natural persons, and we saw the definition of a natural person. So every time you see the word citizen, they're not always talking about a damn corporation. Okay, we got to get some clarity. We got to get clarity and understanding when we're doing our studies, and understanding that these terms they're not all traps. Okay, you just got to be willing to study them and put them in their right context when we're studying, so we can understand what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, of course, keep in mind, anytime you're doing business with your name anyway. You're doing business with your estate. Anytime you're in court, you're doing business with your estate. Okay, that's what your name is. That's what your person is. Okay, but you as a natural person, you have rights, but you have to make sure you're taking control before you go to court. You make sure you establish your status first by making sure you rebut any presumptions that you're incompetent, because that's all they're doing. They're presuming that you're not competent. It has everything to do with incapacitation, the status that you had when you were born, and when you were born, they're acting as your guardian, your custodian. They're taking a paternal type role, playing a paternal role in your life until you take control of it. Of your estate. And that's all you got to do. It's that simple. It's not as complex as we've been hearing all these times. I was trying to tell the same thing to a guy that went live on TikTok yesterday, And I didn't go into no deep debates with him. You know, I just made my statement about the power of attorney, and I got the hell off of there because he had his own agenda. Because when these people go on TikTok and they go on live, they're trying to gain an audience. And when people tune into their audience, they gotta woo them and make them feel like they know some shit that they don't. That host knows some shit that they don't know. Before you know it, they want them to hit the link in the bio. They're here to make money, okay? So they don't give a damn about being corrected. They don't want to be corrected about nothing. They don't want to be taught nothing outside of what they're already doing. Because then if somebody come on, say if I go live and I have an agenda and I want to make money off of you, I already got products already in my bio. All I gotta do is you hit that link and then now you click on whatever it is you want to invest your money into. And anybody that comes on there that's saying something that's not aligned with what I'm teaching on there, I'm gonna want them to be quiet or get off my platform, because now they fucking up my money right now. They bringing some different ideals and they're distracting my agenda. And that's exactly what's going on TikTok. Anytime you see these people on the internet, a lot of time that is guarantee you that's what they're doing most of the time. Specifically if they're on there and they're trying to teach some stuff, and if you guys see any ideas that's different from what they're trying to teach, you fucking with their money. So they just might come against you. Most of the time they will. It's the same thing you do if you go up in a church. You go up in a church and a pastor teaches something and you know it's contrary to what the scriptures say, or it's contrary to your beliefs, and say you raise your hand and challenge the pastor on some shit, then he's gonna try to make you look like you don't know what you're talking about, or the devil using you or some shit. And most of the members who already sold into their agenda, to their purpose, to whatever they're doing, they're gonna come against you too. So they're gonna make it look like you just don't know what the fuck you talking about. So that's pretty much what happens. So you got to be mindful anytime you go on these platforms and these people on here, they're talking about stuff and they're not showing you no laws to back up what they're saying. They just going on. And I'm talking about for hours at a time on there having these long-winded talks, not really wanting to interact with nobody, don't want to bring anybody on so that they can actually have a discussion and have an iron sharpening iron type thing. And some of the people that even do that a lot of times be having meat measuring contests on there because they want to have debates to see who's the smartest. And so sometimes you might get on a platform where people are actually showing some good stuff. They have some, give some good, good sources to go and look up and try to, so that you can actually validate what they're saying, substantiate the claims, but just be mindful of stuff like that. So I just thought I'm gonna close out there. I think I made my point right here pretty clear right here. You got to be willing to look these words up. Citizen is not much of a spooky ass word like that. You know what I'm saying? Just understand what they mean what they're trying to convey when they're saying these things, when they're using these words. Citizen of the United States, U.S. citizen. Look at the definition area and see what they mean when they say that. What are you talking about? Because there's some remedy somewhere in there if you pay attention to what they're saying. But I'm gonna get on out of here, man. I mean, y'all do with that information whatever you can do, whatever you feel, because some people don't receive these types of lessons that are that stir up the water a little bit. It can kind of cause a little cognitive dissonance to kick in when we've been taught for so many years that citizen is like, oh, you don't want to be no citizen. Oh, no citizen. Oh, we don't want to use codes. We don't want to use them. Like, at the same time, we'll use UCC 1-308 next to our signature. How we don't want to use codes, but we'll use that shit next to our signature. You know what I'm saying? We got to challenge ourselves. We're using codes when we think it's helping us, but then we don't want to read the codes to our state laws. Our state laws tell us how we're supposed to govern ourselves according to this land where we're actually laying, where we're living. And so these laws are actually teaching us how to play the game. You just got to know how to play the game in your state. And that's all it is to it. And you taking control of your state so that you can conduct business with your state the way without anybody else trying to control your state. And it's that simple. You know what I'm saying? So I think we just overcomplicate things when we listen to too many people. So, just be mindful of stuff like that. Look this stuff up, man. You just got to look it up. And be willing to be corrected. I don't have no problem being corrected. I fuck up, I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna say I fucked up. You know, I don't have a problem being challenged. You know, and correct it. You know what I'm saying? Correct me, show me I'm wrong, and I'll change it up. But I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. I thought I'd make this video to kind of, you know, bring a little clarity, so you see what exactly is a citizen. So now you see, a citizen is really like someone who, when it says, I saw another definition would say someone who owes allegiance to a particular state or something like that. I forgot what dictionary I read that from, but at the same time, it's like that's the state you live in. That's where you know, we can't act like we can't be governed by nothing. You gotta have some damn structure in your damn life. You can't. It ain't no free for all. You ain't living on no land and can't live by no damn laws. You gonna live by some damn laws. You gonna do that. You know, regardless of how much we want to talk about we self-governing, you gonna live by something. You're not gonna be running out here doing what the fuck you want to do all your damn life and thinking you ain't gonna have no consequences. There's reason why these things are put in place, because everybody ain't gonna do right like this. You know, they ain't gonna do right by default. It's that damn simple. Y'all know that's the truth. But anyway, I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. Hopefully y'all got something from it, and I'll see y'all in the next video. You know, signing out.